Greetings warlords, siege battles are here in Kingdom Story. This video will be a short visual rundown on what they are and what to expect. So first, what are siege battles? Simply put, siege battles are guild vs guild battles on territories in which the side that defeats the enemy's main forces win over the territory. Siege battles are split into multiple phases, and we'll get to them again later. Declaration of War phase, Army dispatch phase, War phase, Armistice phase, and Waiting phase. A few things to note are, only guild members who dispatch forces during the dispatch phase can participate in the war phase. Guilds can surrender territories only during Declaration of War phase and Waiting phase. Anyone can spectate siege battles even if they do not belong in any guilds. The number of territories that each guild can occupy depends on the guild's level. Participation requirements are as follow. You have to be at least Monarch level 30, only 6-star and above officers can participate in both dispatch and war phases, and only 7-star and above officers can participate in 3-star territories. Let's start with the Declaration of War phase. During this phase, guild leaders can bid on territories using guild dragon seals. The minimum cost of bidding increases based on the star rank of the territory, and each guild can only bid on one territory at a time. Switching your bid from one territory to another will not refund the amount of guild dragon seals you bet. While bidding, the details of who bid how much are hidden. If 5 or more guilds bid on a single territory, those guild leaders can recon for some dragon seals, and this allows them to see the current bid rankings for that territory at the moment. You can use this strategically to help guarantee you a spot in the war. Recon is unavailable starting from 30 minutes before the bidding phase ends. Once bidding ends, one of two things can happen depending on the status of the city. If the city is already occupied by a guild, that guild will be set to defend it, while the highest bidder will be set to attack. If the city is not occupied, then the highest bidder will be set to defend it, while the second highest bid will be set to attack. Any guilds who entered but didn't win the bid will receive 70% of their bid amount back. Next up is the dispatch phase. During this phase, guilds who are successful in bidding may start dispatching defense teams to their armies in the appropriate territory. Both sides, defending and attacking guilds, have defense armies. The defending guild must dispatch at least one team in the castle, and the attacking guild must dispatch at least one team to defend the central army. Failure to do so will result in forfeit. Officers dispatched in defense teams cannot be dispatched to attack during the war phase. Each eligible guild member can pick one army location to place officer teams into, and cannot place officers anywhere else. The guild leader can remove teams from armies for strategic purposes. Each army can have up to one lieutenant. Lieutenants can be appointed and dismissed by only the guild leader. They can use their own dragon seals to purchase team tactics, which provide buffs to the army they are in charge of. Additionally, all participants can purchase individual tactics from the tactics shop. These can be equipped and unequipped, and unused tactics can be used later in siege battles. They won't be consumed until you enter battle. Finally, the war phase. The goal here is to destroy the enemy's main forces before the phase ends. Defeating the forces of any army surrounding the main force will allow you to directly attack the main force. Officer HP is not restored after battle for both sides. If neither side's main forces, castle for the defender side, central army for the attacker side, falls by the end of the war phase, the battle ends in a victory for the defenders. After the war phase, rewards will be distributed and the winning side will get extra perks for occupying territories such as access to the siege shop from the guild menu. Guild leaders can also send tribute rewards to guild members who they think contributed the most during siege battles. That's the gist of siege battles. We hope you enjoy the new content.